There are a total of 10 hidden ham radio signals that lead you to 10 hidden loot locations in Fallout 3, and in this video I will show you all of them. Hi, I'm Mo and I'm trapped in Fallout. The first one is found in the broadcast tower KB5. It's directly west of the Deathclaw Sanctuary. When you find the location, what you want to do is simply go ahead and turn the switch on. And as a result, if you want to, you can go into your radio and actually listen to the signal itself. We won't do that for the moment. But from here, what you want to do is then head southeast. And as you do that, if you look right down, do be careful of the ledge. There should be an entrance to the sewer. Just go ahead and go inside. Whilst inside, just follow the path and go into this room on the left. And the ham radio should be on your left. This room is full of some good loot, but the real notable one is probably this packet of mentats right over here. The next one is found in the broadcast tower KP8. It is directly south of the Oasis and far north of Paradise Falls. Once you make it, just go ahead, open the gate, and the switch should be right over here. Once activated from here, what you want to do is head east. So from here, just head this way. And what you want to do is go to this cliff and sort of jump off it. Again, just being careful of the height of the ledges. So if you do that, the switch should be right over here, or rather the entrance should be right over here. Once inside, if you just go straight, the ham radio should be right in front of you. And again, in here, the most notable loot to take is probably this big book of science alongside some other general aid items. The next location to go to is the WKML broadcast station. It is directly east of the Deathclaw Sanctuary. Once you make it, what you want to do is go ahead and go inside. And once inside, we'll find a switch on the wall. So go inside. Once inside, look to your right, and the switch should be right over here. With that, go ahead and exit. And after exiting, just stick to the left-hand side and go south. And from here, there should be a drain right over here on the floor. So you might need to hug the wall a little bit on the left. And if you follow it through, it should be right over here. If you look right in front of you, you should see the ham radio. And the most notable loot in here is probably the explosive bobblehead. Next, we will need to go to an unmarked location. And the most closest location to that is the Jury Street metro station. It is directly west of Vault 101. So once you make it, from here, what you want to do is head south. And you should be able to actually see the tower from here anyway. So there's the tower right over there. In fact, we're actually going to be walking straight over the entrance to the hidden location also. So the location is actually right over here. It's this manhole cover right over here. But what we're going to do is just go ahead and open this gate and flip the switch. So we'll just open this gate really quickly. Going to go ahead, flip this switch. And then with that, we're going to go back and we're just going to go inside that location, which is right over here. Once inside, again, follow the path. It's very linear. And in the end, when we go into this room, the ham radio should be right here on the right-hand side. And the most notable loot probably in here is, again, another big book of science and some buff out right over here. Next, we are going to make our way to the relay tower KXB811. It is directly north of Canterbury Commons and south of the Republic of Dave. So once you make it, again, go inside and flip the switch. And after that, what you want to do is from here, head roughly south. And from here, as soon as we sort of hug that wall over there or rock over there, we should see the entrance to a sewer area, which is right over there. What you want to do is just go ahead and go inside. Once inside, if you just go down and head to your left, you should see the ham radio right in front of you. And again, notable note in here to take are a copy of the DC Journal of Internal Medicine and another packet of mentats. Next, we are going to make our way to another unmarked location, and the closest location to that unmarked location is Charnel House. It is directly east of the Yogwai tunnels and directly northwest of Evergreen Mills. So once you make it to the location, what you want to do is from here, you want to head west. Now this is a little bit far away into the horizon. It's right over there, so we should be able to see the tower from here anyway. Something to note, in this particular area, It isn't particularly a dangerous area as such. There are some mole rats and some boat flies about. You should be okay. And what we're going to do is just approach the tower and go ahead and make this switch. So it should be right over there. So let's just go ahead and flip the switch. Okay. And with that done, we're now going to head north right through this open gate over here. And again, just continue to go north, and we're just going to jump off this cliff right over here. And we should see the entrance right over here. Once inside, just go straight, and on the right should be the ham radio and a buffer in the center, surrounded by some other general aid items. Next, we're going to go to the broadcast tower KT8. It is directly north of Little Lamplight and far southwest of the Deathclaw Sanctuary. So again, once you make it, just go ahead and flip the switch. It should be right over here. And from here, what you want to do is now head northeast. So just sort of jump off this cliff over here. Again, be careful. But the entrance to another sort of cistern rather should be right over here. Once inside, just go into the room on your left. And from here, what you want to do is this desk on your left, pick up this encryption key and use that to activate this open secure hatch option in this terminal. If you look to your right, it should open the hatch. And from here, if you go down, you will find the ham radio alongside a Chinese commando hat, a mini nuke, and a copy of the Chinese army spec. Next, we're going to head to yet another unmarked location, and the closest location to that is the Jacko's Pop and Gas Stop. It is far northwest of the Tenpenny Tower and somewhat located on the bottom left hand corner of the map. And once you make it from here, if you just look to your east, you should just be able to just see the tower, and it's right over there. So what we're going to do is again just approach the tower, and we're going to flip the switch, and after doing that, we're going to go into the hidden location and find some really nice loot. Of all the places, this is probably the best loot location. This one is definitely worth doing. If you don't really go to any of the others, this one is definitely worth doing. So go ahead and flip it. Once you flipped it from here, what you want to do is sort of head east, southeast, and use this cliff to jump onto this broken tower. From here, just go into this area right here. Given that this area has the best loot, this also has potentially the worst traps. So what you want to do is avoid this trap over here. And from here, you will see a barrel, and inside this barrel are actually grenades. Now, if you can defuse the grenades, go ahead and do that. But if you can't, you just push the barrel and then just run away, let the grenades explode like that, and then go ahead and go inside. Follow the right corridor, open it, and as soon as you enter, if you look to your left, you should see the ham radio. The most notable loots probably here are the assault rifle, some ammo, and probably these mines and another mini nuke, as well as a copy of Duck and Cover. Next, we're going to make our way to another hidden location, and again, the most closest location to that hidden location is a robot repair center. It is directly south of Canterbury Commons. Once you make it, if you just look to your south, again, you should just be able to see the tower from here. So what we're going to do is again, just make our way over there. Again, be mindful of any sort of big jumps to ensure that you don't sort of cripple yourself. Again, let's just carry on and go to the tower itself. And from here, again, you should just be able to see the switch. So again, we're going to go ahead and make our way to the tower. Great. And as soon as we've done that, go ahead and flip the switch. Okay, and with that done, we are now going to head southwest. So we're just going to continue to head in this direction. And we should see the entrance not too far from here. In fact, it should be right over here. Go ahead and go inside. Unlike any other entrances, this area is actually filled with ghouls, so do be careful. So when you enter, you can potentially ignore this one on the left. It's got some random loots, but there's sort of ghouls in there. What you want to do is go into the one in the right. And if you do that, again, I've taken care of the ghouls already, but there's the ham radio. And notable loots in here are a copy of Grognak the Barbarian, alongside some other general aid items. For the last one, we actually have a random one. This is a event that will randomly occur, potentially anywhere in the wasteland. And when you encounter it, this is what you will see. You will see the ham radio on the floor alongside a Chinese officer. And if you go ahead and interact, all you will see are sort of very ended statements, nothing much else other than that. But if you go ahead and then search the Chinese commando, on him you will find an officer's sword and a pistol and some other general items that will help. And since this is pretty much a random location, there's not really a location I can provide. So you would be potentially lucky to see this in the game. Whatever you do, the only reason I found it is simply because I happen to be in a dev zone, which you can only really get to via console command. Discovering and collecting loot from these 10 locations will help you in many ways, such as better items, better gear, and an increase to your stats, such as the skill books that we found during our visit to these 10 locations. However, you can also use this glitch to increase your science skill to 100 without having to go around collecting all of the science skill books. To find out more about how you can increase your science skill to 100 in Fallout 3, click on the video you see on the screen now.